Hello, everyone. So, today I'm going to be looking at who I think will win the Senate for the midterms in the 2022 elections. Right now, the polling is showing basically it's a toss up 50-50, could go either way. Now, remember, uh, there's 100 people in the Senate, 50 since the current president is Democrat, Joe Biden. If Democrats retain the 50, technically they have the majority. Republicans are looking to gain one seat, and if they gain one seat, then they will control the majority of the Senate with 51. Now, because Roe v. Wade was overturned, it'll be interesting to see if how far off the polling data is, because in some of the races, because of the race in Alaska, the Democrat won in the House of Rep, and the polling data was very far off. But that could just also be because that many people in Alaska are tired of Sarah Palin. So, what we're looking at here is the key races to look out for is Pennsylvania, Fetterman versus Oz. The Democrats, it'll be interesting because Fetterman kind of had a stroke and he's kind of a vegetable right now, recovering. And it doesn't look too good. Dr. Oz, we know he's made a living off of being a snake oil salesman, and he doesn't even live in Pennsylvania, and so it's a close race. But I do see Fetterman squeaking by in Pennsylvania simply because he is recovering from the stroke, and he's lived his entire life and as a mayor and as lieutenant governor, so he's much more well known, and actually has, in his own state. And so I do see the Democrats winning Pennsylvania. Georgia will go off into a runoff. So in Georgia, you need at least 50%. Right now, Herschel Walker and what's his name, Raphael Warnock, are in a dead heat. Herschel Walker's the famous, his famous football player. And then Raphael Warnock has already been serving since 2016, I believe. Yep. But it's basically a tie. That race will go into runoff. It's too close to really tell. So I really don't know. And also Nevada is in a close race. I actually wouldn't be surprised if I want to lean Nevada towards Republican, and then I want to lean Georgia winning the runoff back over to the Democrats. The way I see it, the way currently playing out, is Democrats will retain control of the Senate, but only just it'll be still a 50-50, basically a deadlock, and then because the current administration are Democrats, technically the Democrats will win control of the Senate with a 50-50 +1 majority. If we look at the 538, it's basically neck and neck, coin flip for who wins the majority of the Senate. And here it shows the toss-ups. Mark Kelly, close race for re-election as a senator. In Georgia, it shows Herschel Walker winning. But this race will go into a runoff, so it'll be interesting to see. I do expect the Nevada's Senate candidate, Adam Paul, the Republican, to win this state. And that might go into runoff too, but I do expect him to win this state of Nevada as a Republican. Pennsylvania, neck and neck. I do see John Fetterman coming out, but only barely. And I do see it ending up in a 50-50, so then the Democrats would technically win the Senate. 538 shows 80% of all probabilities falling within either between 54 Republicans and 52 Democrats, slightly leaning Democrats winning chances to get 51 seats, thus retaining back control of the Senate. Yeah, so there you have it. I see a 50-50. Democrats, the Democrats have the administration right now as president, so they technically would win back or continue to keep the majority in the Senate. Yeah, that's kind of where I see this race ending up. Um, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. It's really close. But there you have it.